Welcome, people of planet Earth and all planets beyond. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Josh, and welcome to Heat Check. This is our bi-weekly look at the top 10 highest selling vintage tees on eBay. Let's see what made the list this week. Kicking us off at number 10, we have this vintage Snoop t-shirt. This is the big face logo with the Beware of Dogg on the back. This is one of the more desirable of all of the Snoop Dogg tees. Sometimes you get sort of a discount on the long sleeve as they're not typically as popular as a short sleeve. But I'd take any one of these at this point because these are super dope. This one looks super clean, super fresh. The print looks real nice and clean. Great t-shirt, good size, maybe a little bit of discoloration here on the back that you can see, but probably not much you can see in real time. Super dope t-shirt, definitely one of the coolest and dopest Snoop Dogg tees that are out there. This one sold for $1,136.11 with 52 bids. I believe there were 15 others that were actually trying to get this t-shirt. Great sale. Next up, a t-shirt that we have seen on this list many times before and probably will see continuing on into the future. This is the 1990s Nirvana in Utero t-shirt, size large. And we may have actually even seen this exact one at some point. But this one looks great. There's a little bit of distressing around the collar. There looks like there's some spots here and there. A t-shirt this old and, from the grunge world, that's sort of typical. So, super dope. One of my favorite t-shirts. One of my favorite Nirvana t-shirts of all time, that's for sure. This one is super cool and has sold for $1,200. Then here is one you do not see very often at all. This one looks like it's in super good condition. And this is the Shoen knife, Japanese pop punk band. Ultra eccentric, super cult pop punk band, whatever. This is a t-shirt you do not see very often, never been on this list. I've actually never seen one for sale. I'm not even sure I've seen this version ever in existence, but this one is super cool, super rare as well, and incredibly good condition, especially for a white t-shirt. This one came out of Thailand and sold for $1,350. Great sale. Then we have the Flaming Lips, and the Flaming Lips always tend to do pretty good on these lists. This one on the Oneida Power Tee tag in white. I do wish the background wasn't white so we could see a little bit better on the color of the white. There's a couple little defects on this one, it looks like, but not much. Ultimately, pretty good condition for a t-shirt like this. This one's got super cool graphics. Definitely a fire t-shirt. Looks like it is a double stitch, which was not surprising on the Oneida tag there from probably the late 90s. But this one did pretty well. It didn't sell for $2,400, but it did sell for $1,390. Definitely a cool t-shirt for certain. Then we have our first Marvel t-shirt of the day, not our last, but this one is super fire. This one I've actually owned it myself back in the day and sold it for way less than what this guy sold it for. But this is the Venom t-shirt. Definitely, in my opinion, one of the cooler of the Marvel t-shirts. I do wish there was like a better picture of this one because it's like just parts of it, which is kind of annoying if I was the buyer. That would make me a little bit hesitant to spend money on it, but maybe not everybody. Obviously not everyone, because this one did sell for $1,500. For what it's worth, I had an offer after I sold mine a number of years ago for $1,700. So definitely this t-shirt can get up there. Then we have a really cool one. This one is super rare. Apparently, I've never seen it before, so it does make it somewhat rare in my experience. But this is the Dracula all over print. This one is wild. Look, there's actually two of them. I don't know if they're both for sale. It doesn't look like they're both for sale, but they're at least giving two examples of it. The legend lives on the back. Hit super wild on the Hanes beefy tee. Incredible t-shirt. The art is brilliant on this thing. Apparently, according to the seller, this was a sampled print, not released to the public, only a few in existence. So if you're collecting horror t-shirts, this is probably one of the best and rarest t-shirts you'll probably ever find. And it reflects it in the price. This one went for $1,576 with 21 bids, free shipping as well. So Pretty wild, super cool t-shirt. Then, like I said before, we were going to have another vintage Marvel t-shirt, but we have right here the Mega Marvel Mega Silver Surfer Galactus F4 Comic Images t-shirt. We have Galactus on the back. I don't know and don't care what you think about Oliver print t-shirts or like wearing them or not, whatnot, but these are like works of art, and I think you kind of have to treat them as such because they're so incredibly cool. I can't imagine the process that you would have to take to actually print these like that back then and the way that they did. But what a wild t-shirt. One of my this has got to be one of my favorites. Just from the you know, the colors and the detail in and of itself. So super wild t-shirt. This one did deserve to go higher, and it did go higher. This one sold for $1,875. Wow. Now at number 3, we have a t-shirt kinda that we normally see, and that is the Nirvana HeartShaped Box t-shirt, but you'll notice that this one's quite a bit different than the ones we do normally see, and that's because this is the Canadian version of the shirt. We've got a lot of damage on this t-shirt, but because it's the Canadian version and a different style, it's definitely more rare. So you will live with whatever damage you find because you're gonna have a really rare t-shirt. This one did not make number 1. We probably would still let this one be number 1 if it did, even though we have a rule against the heart-shaped box t-shirt being number 1. But this one just subtly different enough and super cool, I might add. Anyway, this one sold for $1,995. What a wild and cool shirt. Then at number 2, we have the vintage Butthole Surfers Spider Girls. Definitely has that sort of like mosquito head aesthetic. Super cool t-shirt in my opinion. A lot of cool colors. The art is great. Fantastic art on this t-shirt. I would prefer maybe a little bit better pictures on this one since it's such a big t-shirt. But you know, it is what it is. Somebody decided to pay because it does look legit. But wild, super cool t-shirt. Did well, had 7 bids and got all the way up to $2,075 before it was finalized. Brilliant shirt. So before we get to number 1, yes, I have been off the YouTube for a little bit. I'm not dead, I am alive. Just taking a little bit of a break to refresh, get some ideas, upgrade some stuff, and get ready for an exciting new year. So look forward to some really cool stuff happening over the next 12 months. I'm really excited to get back in the swing of things. Let's take a look at number 1. Now at number 1, the value here really isn't just in the shirt, it's in the fact that Jim Duggan, the original winner of the Royal Rumble. Now at number 1, we have a shirt that's not really valuable because of the shirt itself, but by who owned it. This is one of the original Royal Rumble t-shirts owned by the original winner of the Royal Rumble, Jim Duggan. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. This thing is wild, super cool. On the t-shirt, like, I mean, it's not, I guess the t-shirt's not too terribly wild in and of itself. I mean, obviously super cool. Look at all these, I mean, this whole Macho Man, and these are like legends right here. And this guy won, and this is his t-shirt from his personal collection. With 9 bids, it went up to $2,502. It appears it might even, maybe is it sold by Jim himself. This is Dugg 3246 is his username. Only 2 sales, so not a whole lot going on there, but maybe so, who knows. This t-shirt obviously has more than just the design and art on it. It has the history and connection and provenance of being owned by Jim Duggan, so super dope. Great t-shirt for number 1. Love seeing these sort of historical connections. So number 1 obviously was really cool. It's hard to beat stuff like that. Like, the t-shirt itself is pretty dope, but having the provenance of it being owned by Jim Duggan, that's super cool. You know, the first ever winner of the Royal Rumble, so super dope. You're not going to beat tees like that, even though they may on their own not sell for as much. It's super cool to have something that has a little bit of history attached to it. So thank you guys so much for watching. That was this week's Heat Check. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.